Today I'm joined by Sally Bratton, who is a certified Wellbeing Life Coach. Hello Sally.
Hello.
Hello. I'd like to start by asking you, what is well-being?
Well, thanks for the opportunity to explain. The Cambridge Dictionary defines well-being as the state of feeling healthy and happy. It encompasses physical, emotional, mental and spiritual factors, all of which contribute to our well-being overall. My role as a Wellbeing Life Coach is to help people make changes and transform their life by working with them to identify and overcome the obstacles suppressing their health and happiness. So I empower them to do the inside work that's necessary so they can move forward with positivity. To give you some examples, could be someone's battling anxiety, dislikes their job, or feels a lack of purpose, or they might be relying on alcohol or unhealthy foods to cope with stress. I also have customers who don't feel worthy of being loved, and others who more broadly want to improve their physical and mental health pardon me, with the aim of living a longer and happier life.
Well, thanks for that overview, Sally. I'd now like to ask, if I may, how has well-being helped you?
I think the best way to answer is to explain what prompted me to search for the meaning of well-being. For many years I had a busy career managing media relations for corporate clients while also caring for my young and active son. On the surface I was happy and fulfilled. People often said to me, "Oh, you're happy-go-lucky," but behind the mask I was often anxious, not fully engaged with life, and frequently struggled with low mood and depression. I kept going like this for many years without direction, drifting really, and avoiding facing up to my difficulties. But when I did finally stop and pause for thought, I knew something had to change, but it was down to me to find the courage to make this change.
I can imagine that many people will resonate with that, Sally. But what was your catalyst for change?
It was the COVID-19 pandemic. So none of us saw it coming, but we had to keep going, didn't we? Without the daily routine of work to hide behind, and without having access to my now grown-up son, I hit an all-time low. Life became even more of a struggle. Once we were allowed back outside, when lockdown restrictions eased, I walked and walked, and I listened to podcasts by happiness experts on social media, thinking if I took their opinions on board, I'd get better. And pretty much every day I heard the word well-being bandied around, and it sounded interesting and useful, but what exactly was it, and how could I experience it? It became my mission to find out.
That sounds fascinating. And how did you do that?
Well, I threw myself into more and more research because I basically decided I needed some of this well-being for myself. The positive benefits experts mentioned from a physical, mental, emotional and spiritual perspective were exactly what was missing in my life. And the encouragement for self-compassion was very welcome too. It gave me permission to turn down the volume on my inner critic, which had been too loud for too long. I also discovered that harnessing well-being's potential took practice, and fine-tuning is essential because the recipe for well-being is unique to each and every one of us. What I need to boost my mental well-being, for example, is probably very different to what would help you. The reality is we've all had a unique past, a unique family background, a unique upbringing, and we've all experienced life in our own distinct way. And as a consequence, our psychological and physical makeup is totally individual. And we all have different wounds and traumas to heal.
That's really interesting. So what about you? How did you heal?
Well, my own wellbeing journey took me onto a program of daily walks in nature, which I love, journaling, yoga stretches every single morning, breath work, sound therapy, cold showers sometimes when I'm brave enough, guided sleep meditations, and healing through the joy of music. I love singing or dancing to a favourite song or both, preferably when no one's looking. I also focused on improving my emotional responses to different situations because I had this thing of living inside my head a lot of the time. So I learned how to allow feelings of sadness, anger or fear to pass through me, reassured by the fact no feeling is final.
And did you take any guidance from experts at this stage?
Yep, I did. An emotional agility expert taught me that it is possible to change our mindset. Following her guidance, the action I introduced was to simply observe any difficult emotion as it arose before using mindfulness to switch my focus back to the present moment. So I would pull myself back by thinking, what can I see right now? What can I hear? What can I smell? It's a useful technique, and it helps to disrupt the status quo. So it breaks the cycle of negative thoughts and allows me to move forward positively, whatever the situation. If the emotion I'm experiencing is particularly painful or difficult to understand, I go out for a walk. I'm moving my body to help heal the mind. Or I grab some paper or my journal and write down what I'm feeling. It doesn't matter if I never read this again or if it's only a couple of words. The important thing is I'm able to offload the unpleasantness of the feeling, and I can then let it go or revisit at a later date if I want to. Either way, by the time I've done either of these things, gone for a walk or written it down, as a result, I've moved through the emotion and come out the other side unscathed, stronger even.
That makes sense.
I also started tackling unhealthy coping mechanisms such as over-reliance on alcohol when stressed or anxious, realising this was damaging my health as well as my happiness long term.
That sounds like quite a journey. So what happened next? How did you actually become a Wellbeing Life Coach?
Well, such was my newfound passion for wellbeing and all the positive feelings it was bringing me, I was keen to learn more. So I enrolled on an intensive wellbeing coach training programme and also completed a mental health first aid course. This training has equipped me to be of service to others so I can help them to heal in the way that serves them best. Since qualifying as a Wellbeing Life Coach, I'm now working with customers across the UK and Spain to help them overcome their unique struggles and reach their goal and, in essence, maximise their health and happiness.
Wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have reached this point and have a work role that gives me true meaning and purpose at last. I also believe that learning the practice of wellbeing has helped me to become a better parent, a better wife, a better daughter and a better friend. So that's my healing and transformation story.
Wow, that's truly inspirational, Sally. So what would you say to people watching this interview? How can you help them?
I would say, please take a moment to ask yourself, is there a part of your life you wish was better? Perhaps you have a relationship problem or unbearable levels of anxiety, or you might be struggling to cope with a bereavement. You might be overwhelmed by stress. Whatever the situation, I empower people to move through their difficulties and find a healthier and happier path forward. And I use the GROW coaching model and work with customers to identify their core values to underpin their well-being.
The GROW coaching model, that sounds interesting. Can you tell me more about GROW?
Yeah, so GROW is based on the acronym GROW. G is for goal. And here I work with customers to identify what specifically they want to change in life. They might be feeling lonely or unworthy of being loved, for example, or desperate to leave a job that's making them miserable. R is for reality. At this stage, we discuss what situation are you in right now. And this reality check allows us to set a realistic goal, one that really does reflect the customer's life and how their vision can tie into that. O is for options. At this point, we explore what are the options available to you so you can achieve your goal. And this will be guided by my knowledge of well-being based on past successes, as well as tapping into new methodologies. W is for will, the final part of GROW. At this point, we discuss which of the options will you do. And then we agree a timeline and accountability measures, because it has to come from the coachee. They want to do something, they want to change their life. I can give the guidance, of course, but they actually have to commit to doing it.
Of course, and that makes perfect sense. So how do you actually do your coaching sessions?
Well, we start with a free 20-minute chat to discuss where someone is now in life, how they're feeling and what they'd like to change moving forward. Our sessions can either be in person, if our locations allow, or online if preferable or more convenient. With the online or remote coaching, that works really well as it allows customers to learn, be coached and supported all from the comfort of their own home. Importantly, for all sessions, we agree a timescale that feels right for the coachee, meaning they can go at their own pace. We work together on a session-by-session basis, one step at a time.
So lots of flexibility there. That sounds brilliant. So how can people watching this contact you?
To get in touch, they can send me a direct message using the links shown at the end of this video. We then schedule the free 20-minute chat to decide if, how and when it will be best to move forward. It's as simple as that, and could just be the most important and valuable message someone sends today. Absolutely. And my aim, my mission is to help as many people as I can to feel healthier and happier by encouraging them to, as I do, put well-being at the heart of everything they do.
And that sounds like a great mission and something good and positive for everybody to get involved with. Thank you ever so much, Sally, for your time today. And thanks for your explanation of how you can help people moving forward.
Thank you.